Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of Hermitcraft crafting. And of course, in our last episode, we've been working here at the Volcano by expanding the interior into our storage system, along with our last episode, getting tagged, and of course, organizing all of our shulker boxes, which was quite an effort. I can't even tell you guys how many hours went into making that. It was pretty darn insane, but I'm quite happy with the way everything kind of started to shape up in the interior here of our volcano. So this is our original storage system that Cub helped us build inside with the redstone and the things. And so we'll start kind of moving things into here, and along with some additional buildings that are all nestled around here that will, continue to build more of them and then add, chests and storage within them. Now, I think they came out really fun, and one of the cool things about the new texture pack is it's kind of opening up new blocks that I've never used before. And Azuma asked me that on a stream. He was like, has the new texture packs influenced the way you build and changed the way you do things? And at the time I was like, nah, I don't think so. And then I was like, no, later. I was like, that's so wrong, because it is changing the way I build with using more bricks, more granite, even introducing more sandstone into builds, because I really like the sandstone texture. There's a couple little things that I'd love them to change, and I think it would be absolutely perfect if they did. But I am starting to enjoy the texture again. And of course, even the orange sandstone up there. So yeah, this thing could be improved. Now let me tell you what I think they could do to improve this. See these 4 lines here? These 4 ones right there? If they remove those, I think it would be amazing. I think it would be really, really cool if those were removed. I think it would look way nicer. Now, if you repetitively place this block over and over and over again, that's when these things become really apparent. And then the other change that I'd make with sandstone is this line right here. I would tone down that quite a bit. That little band across there. By doing that, I think it would look really, really fantastic. And that leads me to a question for you is, how are you liking the current texture pack? The new textures that Mojang is working on. And in the poll up at the top of the screen, I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put like, loving it, needs more work, don't like it. I'm just curious. I want to kind of test to see where you guys are at it. And I'm starting to warm up to it. I want to talk a little bit more about that as we go through the video. But yeah, I'm starting to warm up to these textures a little bit. It's just hard because when you have like a palette of materials for, like 6, 7, 8 years or something, and then they change, it's like somebody comes over and takes out your paints of your easel, right? And they swap them out, and it's like, what do I do now? But I'm starting to get used to it and really kind of liking some of them. So what we're going to be working on today is the ConCorp Country Club. So let's go over there, take a look at what we're going to be doing. Oh my gosh, I hate ice roads. Oh, I'm so dizzy. I'm so dizzy. I have no ability to control ice road boats. Oh my gosh, I'm so dizzy. Help me. Oh, definitely not dizzy from that ice road. And I think ice roads are going to be added to my arch enemy list of Minecraft, along with baby zombies, holes in the ground that I always seem to fall into, Wither, and the dragon fights. If I should add anything else to my list, let me know. Snakes are on it just because, even though there's no snakes in Minecraft. But anyway, welcome to the ConCorp golf course. And every good golf course needs a country club. And that's what we're going to work on. So we need to find the location to build, right? There are some good spots like behind the portal here, off behind the river. So these are all like good choices. Now, the definite benefits of having it behind the portal over there is it's, right next to the portal. So you can kind of transfer between the two areas very easily. Now, this spot over here will provide us with more room to build and things along those lines. So we'll easily find a place to build. But the real challenge is the design of the building, because golf courses very much have a kind of a traditional look, kind of ornate, sometimes kind of like white with green awnings with maybe a gray roof. Now, sometimes say if you went into the southwest of the United States, you might even get a little bit of an adobe flair to it, or maybe some terracotta roofs with sandstone-ish looking walls and things like that. But I don't know, all those seem kind of boring to me. And I've just had this itch for a little bit of modern design. And there's not a lot of modern design golf course clubhouses, and I kind of want to try it, right? Also, there are some really cool clubhouses from my research. I've never even been to one. I've done a lot of Google searching. There's a few kind of in like wooded areas, say in the west of the United States, in the mountains. Really cool, but that would definitely not fit within this area. So I think maybe a very modern kind of Palm Beach inspired design would be perfect for this. So let's start getting some materials together, start putting on our thinking cap in terms of how we want this all to come together. But I think it's going to be amazing, especially when we build the pools and the tennis courts. I just finished trolling Tango on stream with the tag, and oh boy, was that ever fun. But we're here at Grian's shop here, and I want to reread the rules because I made a mistake in my last episode. So rules: you must not store your heads in any chest. You are not allowed to buy more Grian heads. You're not allowed, or you can steal, things along those lines. Okay. So I thought that you could not put them in chests or put them on the ground, but you had to keep them in your inventory, which I still think is an interesting twist because inventory space is so very precious. But that leads us to think, where can we hide our Grian heads? So help me come up with an idea for the storage of the Grian heads. And I'll quickly want to grab this one. As I flew over, I noticed this one hanging out in the back. And when you look at it, it kind of looks like the new spruce texture. Just ever so slightly. So yeah, in the comments, Volt Designs. And I think that would be really cool to make something to hide these all in. Oh, I think I found one. Yep. Let's grab this one here and drop that into the inventory. And we have another one. So now that we've secured 2 more additional Grian heads, let me knock down this because that looks atrocious. There we go. Where should we hide these things? So maybe if we fly into the actual volcano here, maybe in these back buildings, nobody will know these are back here for now. And we can kind of throw them in here. So there's 35. I don't know where we're going to put all these things. I don't think there's enough floor space in here to hold them all. Oh, I guess we can stack them. Just stacks on stacks of Grian heads. Stacks on stacks on stacks. That right there is not the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. Just wanted to stop here at the gold farm to repair a couple things before we start building today. And guess what? I found myself another Grian head. I'm not exactly sure how to get it without dying, and that's what I'd prefer not to happen. I have had a tragic death here before. Oh gosh, this is what happens every time. Okay, I think everything's fine. Everything is fine. Okay, good stuff right here. Oh my gosh, I think we found the jackpot. This is also terrifying, and I want to get out of here as fast as possible. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Is that Isco? Hello, Isco. Hello. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's it. Okay. All right. Let's shoot up in the air safely. Come on. Feel the air. Oh no. I'm paranoid here because, and I have rightfully so, because I lost a nether star here, and many times I've lost my armor. So that's why I'm so scared of this place. All right, are we good? Oh, awesome. All right, let me get everything repaired. And we got 3 more Grian heads to add to our spooky stash. Welcome back to the ConCorp Country Club, and I have made some decisions on where things are going to go and what their designs are going to be. Can I land? No. Oh, we were so very close to landing on that block. But anyway, in front of us, this is where the country club is going to be built. And this will give us all the room for the pools and the tennis courts and all sorts of wonderful things out here. Now, this was originally where we were going to build it, and it just was a little too limiting, especially when we want to add some of those accessory things. And I think this will be fantastic having the country club over there. Now, with this location, Cub has been talking about doing like a test putting green and things along those lines. I think will be perfect back here, because of course you have all this extra flat space that you'll be able to do that on. Now, I'm super pumped for this. So over in this area right here, I've decided to go in a modern direction, like we talked about at the beginning of the episode. And I just wasn't feeling very inspired for the kind of traditional designs. Like, I'm really inspired for, there's that rabbit. I'm just fully distracted now. I don't even know what we're talking about. Look at the size of that beautiful rabbit there. Oh, he's scared. He's gone. I got so distracted by that rabbit. Anyway, guys, I'm really inspired by the modern designs that I have planned for this, and I think it'll be something kind of different, and I am quite happy with some of the designs that are brewing in my head. So what we need to do now is we need to set ourselves up with a base camp. We got to get, you might be wondering what happened to my levels. I tried to troll Iskall. Nobody trolls Iskall. He just kills you. Oh man, I love Iskall. So, 4 more Grian heads, by the way. So yeah, we'll set up a base camp with these guys here and start marking out all of the dimensions of our brand new country club. And there we are. We've got ourselves a layout and it's looking pretty cool. Now it's very simple in terms of the basic shaping, but it'll get very much more complicated when we start working on the roof lines and some of the intricate things that we have planned there, which I think will look really, really fantastic. Now, this thing should have taken only like 10 minutes to lay out, but what happened was, instead of taking this section that away like it's supposed to be, I did it this way and then back. And I'm like, why do I have a box here? There shouldn't be a box here. And I realized my mistake, and I looked over on the other side and I'm like, oh no, I did it over there too. So eventually I got it all sorted out, so it's all nice. Now, you might be looking at this and seeing this in the air. Now, I haven't done a build like this in quite some time, but it's very common, especially in some of my previous builds from years past, is I always like to build these builds above ground level. So ground level would be, of course, what we're standing on now. Now, the reason I do this is so that we have many, many different options in terms of landscaping and terrain changes. And I always suggest you to build your builds above the ground level so you could build all the landscaping and pathways and decking and all that stuff above it. We've did it, of course, with the Scarred Ranch project, the S'more House back in the day. So this saves so much time in the end, and it gives you so many more options in terms of terrain height. And it's really important to add that extra terrain height in your builds. Like, it'll really make them stand out when they have a little bit of differential design in the landscaping. So I think this is looking good. Now let's head over to our little command center that I've set up. Now, we're very far from the main area, so if you miss something out there, it's going to take a while to get back. So what I've got is a little bit of terracotta here, and we'll grab that, and then we'll grab out some of our cyan. We'll shoot over here, a little boom and a little bam, and we're rolling now. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take the cyan clay, and we're just gonna start building up the supports, right? Start getting all of the little details installed. So the first thing we're going to do is put a little dirt there, beautiful, is we're gonna start building up. So like this, it's a big column. That's a 2x2 right there. And then of course, this one that will start working its way up. And of course, these are spaced by 3 to 5, and then we'll work these guys all the way around, and eventually we'll have a skeleton of a structure. I misplaced my rocket box and I am rocketless here. A Scar without his rockets is no Scar at all. So it's going to be a long walk back to try to find it. But as you can see, we have the skeleton structure of the build complete, and I think it's looking pretty cool. So of course we have very little details. This is just like lines on a paper, just framing everything up. And when we did mention about raising builds above the ground, and when you do that, and as you're kind of doing repetitive tasks like placing the blocks up there, that's when inspiration hits, right? That'll give you time to kind of get in a little bit of a flow state. You're kind of working on this repetitively, and little ideas are going to pop up, like maybe we do a waterfall off of this side with a little stream flowing off into the major river there. And yeah, I think this is going to be really, really cool, and so many fun possibilities with it risen above. So let's talk about this. This is the back of the build. So Cub told me that the back of the clubhouse always looks towards the green. And I think that's the green over there with the green stuff. I'm pretty sure. So that'll work out for that. This will be the front over here. Oh, whoops, we forgot something. Don't look at that. So this will be the front. And then as you walk through here, this side can be, say, the pro shop. Over here, the restaurant. Maybe like in some of these corners over here is the different locker rooms and things along those lines. So, you know, we do like male, female bathrooms on sides. We do the, what's this over here? The pro shop, and then the dining room. I think will be absolutely fantastic. And then off of the back here, this is what I've been trying to think of, is do we do decking? So do we do like a deck off of the restaurant and the pro shop, or do we do a deck off of the back section? And then from the deck is how you get to the green. So we'll do kind of little spiral staircases like down, and then it'll be like a fountain or something, and then a little bridge over to here. Now the direct center of the build lines up with the portal. So if this is kind of the exit of the clubhouse to the green, it would make sense because we are directly in line with the portal. So we'll do like a nice little fun little bridge across here. And of course, on these sides over here, we can do tennis courts and pools. So that's the plan. I hope that sounds exciting. So we need to start diving into the details now. So let me go get some milk chocolate wood. Let me go get some dark terracotta as an accent color in these sections up here. I think that'll look really fantastic. So let's get to it. There you are, rocket box. Oh my, have I missed you? Haha. All right, there we go. Man, truly a Scar without his rockets is no Scar at all. found another sneaky Grian head, right? Look at this. This actually blends in way more than the spruce over there. This one like is completely in disguise. I love it. As you can see, some of the detail is starting to emerge on our little lattice work of support structure. So let's fly down here and take a look at one of the flanks. So as you can see in the center here, that is going to be the doorway. So that's the doorway, right? And then these areas right here are going to be windows. So they have the little overhang here. Now the challenge at the moment is to figure out what the solid block of this build is going to be. So what is going to be the wall color in here? So that's what I'm kind of working on now. At the very top, that is where the darker terracotta is going to be laid up there. And then of course up on this section, and then it will be in these little pockets here. But I need a primary wood color or something to put there. I don't want to put quartz, but I was considering stripped logs, but we'll see how it goes. But I'm very pleased with that. Where we need to turn our attention to increase the detail is in the front. We need to frame up some windows. We need to frame up some doorways, different things along those lines. I have considered this one potential option is that we do a decking, right? So this is a doorway, right? So a deck kind of goes all the way across here. That's a doorway. But then in the front, kind of where the deck continues to arch all the way around and then makes it all the way to the end of the build right there. This section is just a solid window, but with a little staircase leading downwards and up into the green and the portal. So maybe we could do that. So the doorways are all on the sides and or the front of the two flank sides. So that's a consideration. So let's continue to work on this. And soon we're going to get to the roof because that is going to be unique and amazing. Oh no, things are very, very scary here. Things are very scary. Okay, I'm going to steal the bed. I'm stealing the bed, Cub. Forgive me. Oh my gosh. I just walked up there just thinking, man, I'm just going to casually have a little nap here. Everything's totally going to be fine. Oh, wow. Okay. Not a never dull moment here at the ConCorp Country Club. I don't think there are any biomes in Minecraft more dangerous than a desert at night. I can't think of it. If you can think of something, let me know. But look at our beautiful front. Actually, wait. No, that's the back. That's the back, Scar. So I think this is starting to look pretty cool. And originally I had it a little bit more detailed, but I've pulled back a bit because we want to maintain our modern status. And sometimes when you're building, especially in Minecraft, the modern structure, you always want to kind of start adding more detail, right? But that really takes away from it. So I've simplified a few of the areas, like these beams were a little bit more detailed. They had a couple different variations of depth to them. So I simplified those, and I might do the same for these two. But other than that, I think it's looking good. So this section up here, like we mentioned, that's going to become black terracotta or gray. We'll see which one we want. And that'll be good. And then it'll be one additional block above that and then the roof line. Now, for the glass, I have not decided what we want to do for that. You know, something easy could always be light gray. That's like my favorite, like default stained glass, but maybe ice. But ice is a little bit more opaque in this texture pack rather than the original. So it's going to be more difficult for us in the future to use that for windows, but that's always an option. And I want to maybe experiment with just plain glass. We could do that with the new texture pack because it is an improvement over the original. So that's choices for that. But I think things are slowly coming together here. Once I kind of figure out what we're going to do for the walls, the windows, we'll come back. Start working on the roof. Making a quick trip here to the shopping district to get some glass and ice so we can decide on what we want to do, because in any of my test worlds, it's the old original textures, so it's hard to see what the new ones are going to be. I think I'm going to go with this one here. And is it, how many diamonds is this again? 2 diamonds. Oh my, we're going to probably have to make some of our own here. Oh my gosh, this is very expensive. Very expensive. I think that's probably going to be enough. Let's do one more stack. Okay, perfect. All right, now off to get some ice. All right, so let's see if Stress has anything in stock. That's the right glass, and no, she doesn't. Oh, Stress, you're letting us down. I still want to see what ice looks like, so maybe we can head off to the snowy biomes and see if we can procure some. Here lies a former iceberg. Now it looks like we have enough to test out all the different combinations. Welcome back to the Country Club, and as you can see, I nailed the landing on this floating ghost block here, but look at the Country Club. So I've been doing a lot of testing. So one side of it's got ice, the other side has glass. one side over there has the smooth sandstone, the other has the gray concrete, and then on this other side here, not concrete but terracotta, let's fly over here, we have these stripped logs acting as, you know, a wall section. So man, there's a lot of good choices here, and I wish I could have done this in creative. Probably would have saved a ton of time, but like I said, I don't have these textures outside of the server here, and it's tough. It's tough to find like the right design. I'm really leaning towards the ice. It's way better than I thought, and I think it would really bring just a little tint of color to the build, which I really like. Now, the issue with the sandstone, which I really like, but it kind of ties back to what we talked about at the beginning of the episode, is that when you start repetitively placing this block here, can we use this for like a step? No, how come I can't jump? There we go. Not the best step. So you see these little lines we talked about that I would love if they removed. When you start adding additional blocks around it, that design starts looking kind of icky. So not really a big fan of that. Now, if we change our direction here and we head over to the other side, you'll notice that I went with the oak strip logs. Now, I kind of like it and I kind of don't. It also looks a little bit like cardboard, or maybe the country club has gone out of business and been boarded up, and we don't want that. The country club needs to thrive. So, I don't know. It's really tough because I love having the dark gray accents along the top. Now, I tried it as a wall element, but the reason I hesitate on that is that it would be really cool if we had a secondary color in here, just so we continue to add just a little bit more bits of color and detail. And to do that, come on now, can I fly? There, no, come on, that was just a big hop. That was not considered a good flight here. Here we go, we got it, nailed it. So we'll fly back over here. And I don't know, I do like the dark gray for sure, and I'm really heavily leaning towards the glass. And I'd love to get your guys' perspective on some of these designs, of course, in the comments. Please let me know what you're thinking. This is good. I wish these white dots were a little bit softer, but other than that, I love this. It's very seamless, which I really appreciate. Now, if we go over here, this doesn't look half bad, doesn't look bad. If I were to change the textures, I would shrink that band like I did in my old texture pack. It would look so cool if it was like that. But anyway, I don't know what to do for these side walls. You know, we have a lot of options, just don't quite know what to choose. Welcome back, and help me decide on which one to go with. So we have the strip logs on the right side, and of course here on the left side, we have the gray terracotta. So yeah, what would you guys go with? Right or left? So right is the strip logs and left is the, what in the world? Okay, that's what I assumed. It's like, what in the world? I was like, yeah, those are the wings. That hasn't happened for a little while, but yeah, I don't know which one, guys. You're gonna have to help me with this. I'm gonna probably have to make a decision for the video, but in the comments, that's where we make the final decision. I really like the glass. And then having decking coming out here and then some really cool like sandstone cliff here. Oh, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. No more falling out of the sky because we are now wearing premium Vex wings here. But let's turn around and look at our little doorways leading in and out of the facility. So the scaffolding is getting a little outrageous out front, but as you guys can see, we've got some doors here. So let's take a land. And you can see we got some really nice doors positioned here. Now, I have considered potentially going with white glass for the doors to make them stand out a little bit more. But I do like them. And of course, the decking is going to come out this way. And I think that'll look really fantastic. Having this thing entirely covered with ice has really made me excited about the new ice texture because it's going to allow for new builds. Whereas otherwise, I didn't think that was possible with the new one. Just looking like at a single block, I was like, I think this might be too opaque. But once I see it in a whole like wall of it, I'm like, you know what? That's actually going to work and it's going to look pretty darn cool. Now, as we mentioned before, I'm still trying to figure out if we should do those strip logs or something in that same tone to try to lighten the build up a little bit. So I do consider potentially using the strip logs as a flooring. I think that actually might look pretty cool, but let me go get some spruce and let's start working on that roof. Chocolate in hand and Bob the Creeper building inspector getting ready to inspect one last building in his life. Bob. Got all that cleaned up, and it sounds like we got a friend below us, and that is a witch. And then Stan, the Creeper Building Inspector's cousin, the shoplifter of Cherry, hanging out over there. But let's get busy with our roof line. So I think this is going to be kind of a fun design, and it's nice to kind of chat for a moment casually, as we've been really busy today, running around and collecting Grian heads and trying to figure out modern designs and all sorts of crazy stuff. Today has been very, very busy, and I hope you guys are doing very, very well. Today has been a bit of a slow one for me. I've had some really, really strong ups and downs lately with my health. Just feeling really, really, really run down, and today has been one of the worst ones, but I'm determined to get the video out because I feel like I'd feel worse if I didn't get the video out. But as you guys know, the videos have been a little bit slower the last few weeks, unfortunately. And that's a combination of me being a little more cautious with my health. So I'm being cautious, don't worry. And then just being real busy with appointments and stuff like that. It's really cut into my Minecrafting time, unfortunately. And hopefully, I really hope this next week we can really get back on track. And I've been saying that for quite some time. And I really hope that's the case very soon, that we can get going once again. I've got some appointments out of the way, and then we'll be going into December, and I've got some really fun plans for December that are additional add-on videos for the week, because one of the things I wanted to do this year was to really simplify my videos in a way, make them just a little bit more simple in terms of my release schedule, kind of really focusing on Hermitcraft, really kind of diving into things. And I think we did that, especially with like the tree at the beginning of the season and stuff. And but I have some other ideas for a couple of other series, and I spoke about those on Twitch streams, which I'm very, very excited about. I think the first one's going to be a tree showcase and/or tutorial. Some of those new tree designs that we developed for this season, which I've been very, very happy with. And what was that? Was that the witch? I didn't know she emitted particles. Hello, where are you? Oh, witch. I don't know where she is, but I didn't know they emitted particles. But anyway, like I said, I think tree videos have been requested for like 3 years, and it's coming, and it's going to be amazing. But look at that roof line. That ties everything together. Once we get the landscaping in here, oh, this is going to be fantastic. So I noticed one area of opportunity. I have some ideas for here and here, and then of course the same on this other side. That will break it up so it's not just a single line, and it'll add just a little extra character to it. Let me do that, and I'll be right back. You won't believe this. I have never seen this in all of my Minecrafting time. That is a fully decked out skeleton in diamond gear. That is insane, except I'm gonna die. Welcome back, and look at that magnificent country club floating above the ground, which of course we will fix that very soon. But we're standing now on the decking, and I think this came out really, really cool. A little bit better than I anticipated. I was a little bit worried about it, but I am very pleased with it now. So these are like the restaurant and the pro shop on the other side, all linked together with this deck. So how do we get down from the deck, you might be wondering? So my envision is out of this door right here, we will do a walkway down, and then it'll link up right about there with the other side, which is exactly symmetrical to here. And then it'll link to a little bridge, and then that'll pop you right onto the green and to the portal. So I think that'll be really fantastic, but we will not do that until we get the landscaping done, and we'll do a really fun sandstone cliff right here, so as if the country club is perched on top of a mountain, and I think that would be really fantastic. So in the interior, this is gonna be great. Like, there are so many fun things that we can do in there that I'm really, really excited about. Now, this is a large expanse of the deck, and I think it would be interesting if we did some kind of umbrellas, chairs, lounge thingamabobs. I think would be really fun. And of course, this is exactly symmetrical to the other side, and I think that's looking absolutely fantastic. Let's shoot up to here and look at the start of our roof line. So we added those little pieces right here and there, and I think that's really, really subtle. Like, it's only like 2 half slabs per section, but it makes a huge impact. Like, it breaks it up so it's not just the same block going all the way across, and really, really enhances the design here. So let's pop back up here and take a look from this distance here. And yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So once we do have the landscaping installed and we have the pathways like a meet up here and then a bridge, I think everything is going to come together really, really nice. So we need to work on the front, we need to work on the interior. So I'm quite pleased with that. But there we are, my friends. I hope you enjoyed today, and I do apologize apologize about the lesser amount of videos in the last few weeks. It's been very difficult to make videos with my health, and then just being strapped for time with other things going on in my life also. But December is going to be good, so don't worry about that. We're going to get over this. It's going to be fantastic. I have some incredible plans for December, so I hope you're excited. If you made it to the end of the video and you're a true Scarian, put #December. That's all you need to put, just because we know what it's about. It's going to be amazing once December comes around. But anyway, guys, until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the videos are the rating, that would be much appreciated. And we'll see you later. And don't forget to subscribe, because you may just become scarred for life.